The superintendent of Westfield Washington Schools recently made comments about removing certain flags from classrooms. CBS 4's Lindsay Stone joins us live outside the school board office where students are gathered. And Lindsay, what have you learned so far?
Good evening to you both. Yes, students gathered here, then marched to the board office, read a letter out loud, and now they are back gathered here behind me for kind of an open mic where they can share their own thoughts regarding what we're talking about. Now, again, this protest comes after the superintendent told a group of students that flags such as Black Lives Matter and pride flags or political flags would not be allowed in the classroom. And now both students and parents are demanding answers.
What do we want?
Equity!
When do we want it?
Now!
A group of Westfield Washington students arranged a walk for equity to support what they call symbols of inclusion in classrooms.
Who's the change?
We're the change!
There's a difference between flags that promote hate and flags that promote inclusion.
Jennifer Hill says removing flags for Black Lives Matter or Pride could send the wrong message to students that they're not welcome.
The actual idea of removing a flag that promotes inclusion and promotes that sense of value, to me, is just really sad.
While the superintendent denied my request for an interview, officials did tell me there isn't a policy concerning flags in the classroom right now, adding teachers and administrators have the ability to create the environment they see fit and decide what is and is not allowed in the classroom.
It would end a lot of divisiveness in the community if he would be straightforward.
In an email to parents, high school principal Alicia Deniston said, quote, "Currently we are allowing student support symbols with the exception of full body flags." She says students are allowed to bring support symbols unless they become a significant disruption to the educational environment.
That's really been the only communication that there's been with parents.
Alicia Hunter says she's met with the superintendent multiple times to express her concerns.
I just asked him what his plan was. At that point, he didn't have a plan. He just was saying he was asking teachers to remove items. I did ask him, do the teachers have to? And he says no.
She says as a parent of a child who is part of the LGBT community, clarity is needed surrounding what is and is not allowed.
I wish that the schools and the school board and the superintendent would be more clear about what they want to see, how they want to handle it, but it's been pretty hush.
And in just the last hour and a half, we asked school officials if there were specific flags that they don't want displayed. We were told the school has never said specific things that can or cannot be present. They understand certain flags have certain political agendas, so they're considering that in their conversations. But again, at this point, they have not said if specific flags can or cannot be used. Now, the students are going to keep gathering here until 7 o'clock. That's when the board meeting is going to be taking place. They'll be walking here down the road to the board meeting and staging a sit-in. They hope that people, just by having their presence there, they're going to listen. They're going to pay attention to what they have to say. Now, we did ask the school if we can anticipate any timeline for when a policy might be pressed forward. We've not been given an answer. We'll continue to follow the story and bring you any new updates as they happen. In the meantime, reporting in Westfield, Lindsay Stone, CBS 4 News.
More to come on this story. Lindsay, thank you.